I'm doing reverse order. You didn't miss a video, it's not posted yet, because I'm gonna do the Sabres game before I do the Bruins game, because there's stuff that I need to... Vegas Golden Knights lose 7-2, whatever, it doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, it would have probably been just the same if it was 3-2. Not to Sabres fans, of course. Well, if you're here, Sabres fans, speaking to you specifically, there are a few of you that I've interacted with that cheer for Jack Eichel as a person and wish him success in his new endeavors while still, you know, totally cheering for your team. And I get that, and you are a few and great fans that I've dealt with, and I just thank you for being you. However, if you're at this video because, let's face it, hockey fans are just obsessed with watching people implode, which is why Steve Dangle is huge, right? Well, one of the reasons, but you're probably not one of those fans. And so sorry to you if you are, but Buffalo Sabres fan base are some of the saddest people that I've ever had to interact with on social media, because the loudest ones are still obsessed over this. This is the closest they've gotten emotionally to a playoff victory. Well, obviously in 13 years, since they haven't been since, and to a Stanley Cup, honestly, that's probably their Stanley Cup winning moment, because they've never won one.
Give me your booze! I am nourished by your hatred!
Fans like you, the ones that are continuing to cry about Eichel years after the trade, even though he didn't play tonight because he was injured, and you better believe he would have loved to be in this game, to be able to do exactly what he did last time he was here and score a hat trick, but he wasn't because he's not healthy enough. He was forced, most likely, to sit out of this game because he's been practicing in a regular jersey, cannot come fast enough for him to rejoin this lineup, and cannot let it go. To the point that beating a team that he's not even currently playing on because of the injury that is an Eichel-less Vegas Golden Knights, this victory is still like winning the Stanley freaking Cup. Too bad a franchise only 7 years old has no idea what that's like either, right? Has no idea what it's like to actually win something in the playoffs. To even know what it's like to be in the playoffs. That would be amazing, wouldn't it? I predicted that you guys would be third in your division this year. You guys are definitely wrecking that.
Every breath I take without your permission raises my self-esteem.
Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. Love him. I love goalies in general. I have nothing against him. Alex Tuch, love that dude to pieces. Absolutely one of my favorite former Golden Knights. Both had great games. Congrats to you guys. Peyton Krebs, hardly knew ya, and you're kind of a punk now, which is good for the Sabres organization, right? That's good for their fan base to have someone to rally around. Kind of annoying for the rest of the league, but it was just annoying. Seriously, you took down Barbashev in like a pole, like tug-of-war match, which he could have been pushing to, like, and then you cheer, like, sure, 100%, makes sense, good for entertainment. Why was anything to hang your hat on? Okay. I will probably get the jersey that y'all were wearing tonight, the goat head, with Alex Tuch on it eventually at one point, unless, you know, Fanatics completely screws over jersey making, which will make my wallet and wife happier about me spending less in jerseys, but thanks, Fanatics, the only people worse than Buffalo Sabres fans currently. That was low, I'm sorry. Emotional. I would hope that you guys would feel the same emotional rant if you guys were to lose 7-2 to the Vegas Golden Knights. Honestly though, if Alex Tuch had scored a hat trick against us, I wouldn't have been mad like Jack Eichel scoring a hat trick against you guys. The worst thing in the world, worse than missing the playoffs for 13 years in a row, am I right? Most points in the playoffs last year, despite the fact that he was injured. Yeah, he's gotten injured every year with us too, and he still is able to perform in the playoffs. Not like you guys would know that, because unfortunately it's not up to an individual about whether or not they make the playoffs. That's all I have. I'm not recapping that game. That was a stupid, awful game from the Vegas Golden Knights. Did not come to play, did not show up, which you would think after the Boston game that they would have been able to do better, but it turns out that this game made me feel better about losing the way that we did against Boston, which I'm gonna get to in like 30 seconds and wrapping up. Logan Thompson, not a good game. He did have remarkable saves that kept us in it for the first 2 periods. Definitely good. Short-handed for Dylan Cousins. Jeff Skinner, love the dude. He interacted with Taylor Swift with the jersey giveaway. That was awesome. Missed that when he was with Carolina, obviously, because who would go to Buffalo? Tuvar, I'm sorry. Yeah. My hat's right there. This is the one I was looking for. It says Stanley Cup Champions on it, in case you never know what that looks like. Done, moving on. Boston game. I do not have a Bruins jersey, but oh well. It absolutely blows to not get a point coming out of this game. 100%. We battled hard, we were able to come back into it, and that was great. We were down 3-0. Of course it was good to be able to actually be considering getting a point, because that first period was disastrous. Morgan Geeky with a hat trick. Congrats to that guy. Paul Cotter with another goal against Boston. He did that last year, that was awesome. Petrangelo gets one, Amadio gets one, and Stevenson gets a short-handed goal to get us back into it. And you'd think that that momentum would be able to, you know, surge for us, but nah. With about 6.5 left to play, Sheldon Rempel is called for tripping, and that Morelli, Rempel, and Frace line was really good. They continued to be. But you can tell there's still an AHL line because they make mistakes like that. Rempel off, and of course Boston converts on it, making it 5-4, and Vegas is gifted a power play after that. And that 6-on-5 performance, 6-on-4 for a little bit, was the best I've seen Vegas play that they didn't convert on it, because they did against the Senators. Finally, for the first time in the year, with an empty net, they scored. Not able to do it here, and it absolutely stinks. They had multiple good opportunities and could not get one past Swayman. We streamed this game, Alex and I, and I had mentioned how the Swayman and Ullmark hug is one of my favorite things in the NHL, and that just stung a little bit to see after, because even though it's one of my favorite things, it came at the expense of Vegas Golden Knights losing. And I was bummed after that game. And I'm worse than bummed after this game tonight against Buffalo. But Vegas is playing like poo-poo right now. They need to pull their stuff together and figure things out, because the trade deadline is less than a week away. And Eichel returning on Monday against Columbus, hopefully, probably to end the road trip. And if we lose to Columbus, fold the team for the year. This is the exact same as the 2021-22 season, when we lost Stone to injury and Eichel to injury and all the same things that have already happened this season, except we also lost Shea Fedor this year for 35 games, and Logan Thompson as a rookie, couldn't will us to a playoff spot because Leonard was out and Brossoit, and the very similar feeling to that season 2 years ago, which is not good because we missed the playoffs. And tonight we dropped down to third behind Edmonton. Congrats to the Oilers. And with Stone's lacerated spleen, he might not come back for the playoffs at all. We'll see, but circumvention, am I right? Let's go get Gensel and Tarasenko and, you know, everyone else. Buchnevich. Yep, boy am I glad I'm not Kelly McCrimmon right now. Boy am I glad I'm not Bruce Cassidy right now, because if I'm him, I am absolutely livid. And I probably would be expressing more of how I actually am, but this house isn't soundproof, unfortunately. Two things made me feel better about tonight, just after the fact, even though they have nothing to do with the Vegas Golden Knights. Mika Kiprasov's jersey retirement for the Flames, because I love that dude, love goalies. And Cody Glass, first pick from the Vegas Golden Knights in their franchise history, 6th overall back in 2017, scored his first career hat trick tonight against the Avs. So congrats to him, congrats to Kiprasov and the Flames organization, congrats to Sabres fans, congrats to Boston fans, and Vegas, pull your stuff together, please. Please.
Pull yourself together!
That's gonna be it for Game 60s and 61's Nightly Review. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night. Oh, real quick, if you made it to the end of the video, hey, thank you. Hit the subscribe and the like button. But if you want this little sticker, Sabertooth sticker for the Sabres, if you're a Sabres fan, I will mail this to you for free if you just want to say something in the comments. Sorry, Boston fans, I don't have a Boston.